What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host Vernon, and this is Finally Fishing. Alright, ladies and gents, this is going to be my fourth little video where I answer some questions sent in by you guys, my viewers. So let's get to it. Alright, so our first little question, this one's asked by Anonymous. I would like to start fishing as a hobby, but I have no idea where to start regarding gear. Which type of rods and reels would you suggest I invest in first? Alright, so I quickly want to explain to you guys that I am not a professional. There are lots of rods and reels out there. I have not tried any of them. I only have a few rods and reels myself, so I don't feel I know enough or have enough information to answer this question. However, I can recommend you go watch a channel like Tactical Bassing. These guys actually do reviews on all sorts of rods and reels and tell you what they think of them and what they want and need in rods and stuff like that. They don't always do just expensive stuff. They do from time to time dabble in some lower income rods and reels as well. So rather go and watch some of their videos if you want to really get into what type of rods and reels you need. However, if you're only looking for one rod and reel just to get starting on fishing, I would suggest not buying an expensive reel. You are going to break some rods and reels along the way. Rather go for something cheap. It's better to break a cheap rod than it is to break an expensive one. So start out cheap, and as you get an idea of what it is you're looking for, you can buy some better stuff. I would suggest getting a Shakespeare Ugly Stick GX2. The first GX Ugly Stick GX came out, I think, in the 80s somewhere. Was a very good, reliable, sturdy rod. The GX2 is just the newer version of that. They are quite inexpensive. You can find them at Walmart, places like that, where these rods are strong. They are very versatile. You would have seen on my channel I use them as spinning rods as well as little bait caster on there, and using it as a bait caster, it just kind of feels right. Most of the time you'll feel that it doesn't fit, but on this little rod it feels like it fits. So this is a very versatile rod to be using. Very sturdy, very strong. I've caught some trout on it, caught some bass on it, I've caught some catfish on it. So very good start of rod and reel to use. They do have a combo. I don't know how good the reel is on that combo. I haven't tested it, haven't seen it, but knowing how good the rod is, I think the reel would be pretty much fine for an entry-level rod and reel setup. Alright, so next little question. This one was actually sent in by one of my friends via text message. He asks, I've been watching YouTube video strings of people harassing people fishing in ponds and streams. Have you had anyone harass you? Alright, so I do know what type of videos this person is talking about. I've seen quite a few of them myself. I know a lot of the channels like Lojo, John B, AP Bassing, One Rod, One Reel, First State, all these guys have videos from time to time where they have people harassing them, chasing them away from ponds and stuff like that. I would just like to point out that all these videos have one thing in common. These people tend to be fishing on private ponds or little ponds in communities, as well as on golf courses and stuff like that. That is why they tend to get harassed. You kind of need prior arrangement with some management or some body corp or something like that. You need to arrange for you to be there in order not to get harassed by the people and being chased away. However, I don't do that type of thing. I tend to fish public bodies of water where anyone's allowed, so don't have that type of harassment. I've had some harassment from people with mental health issues. This has happened to me where you get people yelling and screaming at you at all sorts of strange things. I found that ignoring these people, they would sometimes start screaming at ducks and just move on. That has happened to me. And then because Vegas is of course a sanctuary city, You get lots of homeless people that come around and talk to you, but these guys are friendly, always interesting to have a chat with them, so I don't see that as harassment. As well as some religious people coming by talking to you, but yet again, that's not harassment. Just be friendly and talk to the people, and you wouldn't have any problems. All right, so the last little question I quickly want to look at. This is actually one that was sent through via my website. This is the format I receive these emails in. Jenna, I did remove your email address. I don't want you to get any spam. That is why it's blanked out. But let's look at the question. I have had a look at your life list. Which species do you still wish to catch? And which species do you want to target while you are in the USA? All right, interesting question there. You need to understand that fish are like Pokemon. You got to catch them all. So I would like to still catch lots of fish out there, but you kind of have to fish the waters that you are in and catch the fish that are there. For that reason, the fish locally here in Las Vegas, there are still a few that I need to get. I've had a few failed attempts on getting some crappie from Lake Mead. Haven't got any of them yet. I still also need to get a flathead catfish. So I still have quite a few local species of fish that I need to try and get for my life list. But a lot of the fish I still need to get and want to get are fish that are one state over or something like that. Fish that I need to go catch when I travel out there. Unfortunately, lots of my travel plans for this year has been put on hold at the moment. However, I'm still looking to catch some things like brown trout, brook trout, lake trout, pike, walleye, stuff like that, cutthroat, trout. All these fish I need to kind of travel to get to places where they are locally in those waters. But hopefully we can start traveling again soon and I can have my chance at catching these fish and of course drag you guys along to have a look at it as well. Alright guys, that's going to be all the questions for this little video of mine. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. You can always ask them down in the comments below, or you can send me an email asking your questions. I'd like to hear from you guys. But alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.